All right, great selling Saturday, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Says Mascoro Jr. from Manufactured Home Sales Mastery in with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every morning to get you off on the right foot with some information, inspiration, and motivation so you can go and attack the day, and especially today, the first Saturday of 2025. January 4th, Saturday, selling Saturday, the first selling Saturday of 2025. Wow. There went another year. I hope you guys are doing great, man. This is episode number 429 of our 15 Minutes to Mastery. I'm coming to you live from our San Antonio office. I'm get a couple more days here today and tomorrow. Then we hop on a plane heading out to Portland, Oregon. Well, Welch's, Oregon, really, just outside of Portland, to do a training class out there with another great group. We'll be there for 3 days. I'm looking forward to that and everything that we'll be able to get accomplished while we're there. But today I want to come and talk to you about something that has been coming up a lot lately on our training calls, a lot that's been on the mind of so many people across the industry that have been reaching out to me, whether it's through email or comments or direct messages. So want to talk to you about what's going on with buyers, right? Why are we struggling to find the right buyers? I get questions from the community space. Well, here's the big thing. Everybody is so concerned with the lot rent. Okay, cool. Got it. I get from the retailers, well, here's the thing. Rates are so high and people don't want to pay that rate. People don't want to pay that much interest. Okay, fantastic. Got it. So I'm here to tell you that the reasons that people aren't buying are your own reasons. They're your reasons and your reasons alone. Okay. Jim Cathcart, who is an entrepreneur out of Arkansas. I love the quote here because I've spoken about this before. And I've never run across anybody who really said as much to what I've said in the past. But this quote, I believe, is perfect. Check this out. So he writes, become the person who you would attract the results you seek. Become the person who would attract the results you seek. And you may be sitting there or standing there, whatever you're doing right now, and you'd be thinking, what exactly does that mean? What? Become the person who would attract the results you seek. In other words, become the person who would attract the type of buyer that you would want to have. Become the type of person that you want your customers, your potential buyers, to be when they come in to see you. What do you want from them? You want them to move forward, right? You want them to make the decision to buy. You know that you have the best opportunity for them. You know that your product is a quality product. You know that you're able to get them in within their budget. You know that you're able to help them accomplish the goal that they're after, but then they don't buy. And so we're left thinking, well, they asked me about the lot rent. They're saying the lot rent's too high. They don't want to pay that much lot rent. Or, man, we got them approved, but they don't like the rate and they're not buying the rate, and so forth and so on, right? If you want people that come in to see you at a higher rate that actually move forward, that actually move into your communities, if you want those people that actually move forward with the loan at the rate that it is, you need to become the type of person who attracts those results. In other words, just like we talk about all the time, it's in your control. It is in your control. It is you. The sooner that we accept that, when I say we, I mean you. The sooner that you accept that, the quicker your business is going to turn around. So let's talk about this. Let's dive into this, okay, as we move forward. So selling, especially selling manufactured homes, is a lot more mental than you would expect. I've met, gosh, I don't know, thousands at this point of housing consultants and community managers across the country, whether it's directly through our training that we've done, online through events that we've put online, or at trade shows like the one that I'm going to be at in a couple of weeks in Louisville, right? I've met thousands of them, GMs, sales managers, community managers, regionals, and whatnot. The majority of the sales force out there are people that just, they seem to have lost their desire. They seem to have lost their excitement, their passion, their purpose. And so I can only imagine what it's like for that person to walk in the door to their office every morning. Lack of excitement, lack of purpose, lack of direction. And you may be there thinking, well, gosh, I thought this Selling Saturday was supposed to be a motivating thing. Man, you're beating us down. Look, what I'm telling you right now is not to beat you down. Right? What I'm telling you right now is to make you think and reflect. How do you show up to the office? What's your perspective on the business? How excited are you to do what you do? Because if you're not passionate about it, if you're not excited about it, if you don't show up every morning ready to go and just wanting to be there, well, then you're not going to be able to truly make an impact on the people that are coming in to see you, whether it's Saturday or any day of the week. So we've got to make sure that we understand that up here is where it starts. If you're a great person with a fantastic personality, and you may not have the best of skills at closing people down, at being able to explain the whole buying process, you're not mastering the construction or the finance or the warranties of manufacturer. Maybe you haven't gotten to that level in your career yet. But if you have a great personality, if you have a great perspective, if you come in every day with the full intention of helping people, that right there is going to help you make more of an impact than, excuse the term, but half-assing your sales presentation. Quote unquote, trying to close somebody, feature benefiting with no sense of excitement, all because you're beat down, or maybe you just don't, maybe you've got this apathy about you. Selling, ladies and gentlemen, is more mental than anything else. If you have taken the time to watch the podcast or listen to it on Spotify that we put out yesterday with Brian Hurd and Tate Oliver from Cardinal Financial, we talked about that. We talked about just the buying experience that's being provided. We talked about how Salesforce all across the country needs to work at being a different, a more professional, a more consultative type of buying experience. Because like I said in the podcast, through sales training, I can train anybody to do anything. I can train any sales technique that you need. We can do scripts. We can train on overcoming objections. We can train on interview skills. We can train on feature benefiting, on construction, on finance, everything. But if you're not right up here, none of that matters. None of that matters. And so what I'm trying to tell you is this. What starts in here is going to affect everything that goes on. So that's one of the main reasons that during our training programs, any training program that we put on, the first thing we deal with next week in Portland, okay, the majority of the first day is going to be nothing on sales. We're going to be working on the individual. We're going to be working on every individual within that group and helping them find themselves, find the reason why they're there, why they do what they do, help them understand and put together, help them connect the dots that what they do benefits their clients and they need the help, but it also benefits them and they can do great things for themselves. And we help them find the reason why they're doing it, find their purpose, and reignite that passion, that fire. And then we get into sales training. So what I'm telling you is this. Are there people out there that are concerned about the lot rents? Of course there are. Of course there are. Especially with the way the economy is, especially with the way the inflation is still rampant. All of the things going on. Are there people that are concerned with the interest rates? Of course there are. Of course they are. However, I'm here to tell you this. You only have so much inventory. You only have, whether you're on the retail side, you only have so much capacity from the factories to build X amount of homes within a certain time frame. You, as a community, you only have so many homes within the community to sell. So whether you're a retailer, and let's say you're able to, if you were able to order and have 30 homes built a month from your factories that you buy from, that's still only 30 a month. Folks, I don't know if you looked at the MHI numbers that came out yesterday, but in November of 2024, there were almost 9,000, I believe it was almost 9,000 homes shipped across the country. Whatever state you're in, they're there. Go look at the numbers. We're up over 11% in production year over year as an industry in the month of November. For the year, we're up, I believe the number was 18%. So what does that mean? It means that there are more than enough buyers out there. You're just not talking to the right ones. You're still marketing in a manner that is attracting. You're trying to market to everybody right now. You're still marketing to everybody when what you need to do is figure out, okay, who can buy my homes? Even from the entry level, if you're carrying a true product, who can come in and buy the delight, whether it's with land or without? Who can come in and buy a thrill in a community or on land? What does that buyer look like? What is the income per month? What is the job time that I'm looking for because of what most lenders are asking me for? What does overtime look like if I need to take overtime into consideration? So just look at overall income. What does that family look like? What is the down payment amount that they have saved up? And that is who you need to market to. That is who you need to be going after. Because if that's your baseline, you'll get everything else above and beyond that for every other product or every other price point. But you need to figure out, look, not everyone right now can buy a home. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Not everyone can, but there are millions and millions of people out there who can. And they are. However, that's one thing, right? We started off by saying you need to be the type of person that you want your buyers to be. So here's what I'm getting at with that. You need to stop complaining about inflation. You need to be the type of person that if you're out to buy something, buy it. You don't want people that shop around? Don't shop around. Do your research ahead of time. Go show up at the place that you know that has what you want and get it. You have a decision to make on something, make the decision. Can you change the rates on whatever you're buying? No, but you're still buying it. You need to be that type of person so that you can start to attract those types of people. You need to be that type of person so that when you do run across someone that comes and sits in front of you and that you know that they would qualify, you know that they have the income, you know that they can get it done, but then they're balking at the fact that, well, your lot rent's $1,000 and I really don't want to be paying $1,000 a month. First of all, you shouldn't be talking about lot rent. You should be talking about total investment payment between house and lot rent, but we can get into that later. Or if you have that person who's balking at the rate, okay? If when you're that kind of person that just makes things happen, that for yourself, that you make the decisions, you buy what you buy, you know what you're going to get. You're not going to nickel and dime somebody. I hate when they come in and they're nickel and diming me because of the, $500 on the house. Well, then don't be that type of person yourself. You see, the reason that you allow that to happen from your clients, the reason that you accept that from them is because you do that. And since you do that in your mind without you even thinking about it, this again goes to the mental part of it, this goes to the psychological part of it. You, in your mind, are okay with it. It makes sense to you that they would do that. Now, we should already know that they're going to, but it doesn't mean that we're okay with it. Do all your haggling before you go buy. And what I mean by haggling is do your research. Man, you want to do your research ahead of time. You're looking at, you're in the market for buying a car, then do your research ahead of time. Compare prices, look at things, whatever, but don't show up at the car dealership and then trying to nickel and dime the salesperson for the vehicle that you know you want. Because when you do that, now you're okay with it. Even though you don't like it, you're okay with it when people are doing it to you. And so when they do it to you, you let them off the hook because you know that that's what you would do. But when you're not that type of person, they start doing that to you, it doesn't register. You're not okay with it. You don't allow it to continue to move forward. And so you have less of it. So just as Jim Cathcart said, you have to become the person who gets the results that you're after. You have to become that person. You want to have more people that aren't worried about the lot rent. Then you have to stop worrying about what's going on over here. You know, it is what it is. Whatever it is that you're buying, whether it's groceries, whether it's whatever, you know what it is. I don't like it. I don't like the bill every time my wife goes to the grocery store, but it is what it is, man. I've got to go. That's what we need. That's what it's going to be. That's what it costs right now. And that's why when somebody tries to come at me with our training and they're trying, it just doesn't make sense because I know the value of what I have. I know the value of what my team brings to them. And if that's what they're going to want to do with me, I really would prefer not to partner up with them in the first place because our training is just not going to jive with their way of being. So the reasons why people aren't buying right now are your reasons. You want people moving forward at a quicker rate. You want to find those people that are buying, that will buy from you right now. You need to get rid of those reasons. You need to stop operating that way. And when you do, you're going to put that out into the universe. You're going to get more of that for yourself. So become the type of person that you want your buyers to be. You want them to make a decision on the first day, become the type of person that makes a decision on the first day. You want them to be people that don't try and nickel and dime you. Don't nickel and dime people. You want to be the type of person that you don't like the rates, but they're gonna go with it anyway. You need to become that type of person as well. Look, I know some of you maybe have just started in the industry. You don't have the money that you would like to have. You're behind the eight ball. You're stressed for cash. Look, man, I know. Don't think that because we're 2 years into this, we're millions of dollars, in surplus. Man, we're every day, every week, we're a week away from going out of business right now because we're growing. So I know the money part of it. I know when I was selling the same thing. So I know that it could be hard to say, well, I can't just turn people away, or this. I've got to make sure that I've got these people coming in and they're coming to see me. I don't have the ability to be that kind of person that just buys something. Well, don't buy it. If you're not at the point right now where you can buy whatever it is that you want, then don't go look for it. Don't waste that person's time, just like you wouldn't want people wasting yours. Work at getting what you need to be able to get what you want, so that you start attracting people that are working to get what they need to get what they want from you. Become the type of person that you want your clients to be. So how can we do this? Check this out. All right. We're going to run through a top 5 list real quick. First and foremost, you have to be convinced. If you're in a community that you've got 800,000, 1,400, I've heard some that go up like $1,600, $1,700 a month in lot rent. And those are some beautiful communities, by the way. You have to be okay with it. You have to be convinced that your community is worth that and more. You have to be excited about the value that you bring. You have to be excited about the amenities you have. You have to be excited at the fact that it's only $1,700 with everything that they have access to. And every time you speak to a potential buyer, potential resident, you need to be excited when they show up. And you need to be just over the top thrilled at the fact that they are going to have the opportunity to come and live where you are. And when you speak in that manner, when you whether it's on the phone or in person, and when you can get the message across as to the value of your community, those people are going to feel that excitement, for one, and two, they're going to see the value as long as they can afford it. Now, whether they can, if they can't afford it, it's a completely different thing, right? You've got the wrong buyer in front of you. But you have to be convinced. Retailers, same thing. Look, the rates are where they're at. Laying home right now is 6.5%, 7%, 7.25%. Chattel rates are, 9, 10 plus. That's what it is. Go find the people that are going to buy it. They're out there. We just had a 10% increase year over year in homes shipped in November. We were, as of November, year over year, there was an 18% increase in home shipments. People are buying. The reason they're not buying from you is because of you and your reasons, and not finding the right buyer. So you have to be convinced, first and foremost. Next, you have to set purposeful goals. Again, I cannot stress enough. You have to have purposeful goals. Not just a dollar figure, not just a number of homes delivered, but there has to be a purpose behind that. And it has to be very specific. And there has to be reasons for that are going to emotionally bind you to those goals. Because when you have those types of goals, then the next thing is easy to do, which is create your daily action plan to be able to reach those goals. You'll keep yourself organized. You'll set in place the things that need to get done on the daily. Are you going to be able to get everything done all in one day? No, you're not. You've got to prioritize your tasks. You've got to be able to time block. You've got to be able to really stick to your disciplined structure plan as best as you possibly can. And when you have to deviate from it, you got to jump right back into it. So create your daily action plan to reach your goals. When you're convinced that you've got the best value, your community is the best community out there, no matter what the site rent may be, your interest rates are the best on the retail side, no matter what rates are out there, and you have purposeful goals, you're going to create that action plan that you're going to come in and attack each and every day. And part of that plan has to be that you study success more than anything else. I can't stress this enough, folks. I can't stress this enough. Look, you don't have to work 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. But what I am telling you is this, just like my old boss used to say, you have to stand guard at the door to your mind. Right now, especially if you don't have what you need to stay away from the BS. You need to stay away from the negative people. You need to stay away from the TV. You need to stay away from the news. You need to just surround yourself, immerse yourself, and just completely focus in on success. Study successful people. Keep yourself surrounded by it. If you're not at your office working through marketing, getting things done that need to get done in order for you to accomplish what you're after, you need to have your head in a book, your AirPods playing a podcast. You need to find the people that are out there. Look, it's not bullshit. It's not BS what these people are saying. And if you listen to their messaging, it's all about you have to put in the work. They are where they're at. I listen to folks like Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, Grant Cardone. I watch all of them. I listen to those podcasts, Patrick Bet-David, but those guys have been doing it 20, 30 years. Gary Vee, same thing. But they're the ones that put out the most content. They're the ones, Alex Hormozy, they're the ones that have the most content. That's what you see the most. And but they were at one point, they were where you're at. They're where I'm at. They were there. We just have to put in the time. Don't lose sight of the fact that it's going to take some time, but you got to be putting in the work. But you can listen to their messaging and you can keep yourself engaged in that. Keep studying success more than anything else. And then lastly, create your ideal client avatar and go find them. Create your ideal client. Grab a sheet of paper. Grab your inventory. And based on the cost of your inventory, and if you're in the community space, inventory plus site rent, and figure out, what do my clients need to have earned or be earning in income? How much money do they need to have down? If they don't have land, they're going to need land. What is that going to look like? You need to have that ideal avatar customer for your inventory. Your inventory, not everything, not for everybody, your inventory. And that's what you need to market. You need to market that home, and you need to start going after those specific people. You know what they need to have in income. You know what they need to have in down payment. Start filtering out for that. They're out there. But until you actually hunt them down, until you actually target them, you're going to keep getting everything else. Because right now you're trying to market to everybody and anybody. Here's the one thing I would tell you, don't do, especially if you're marketing directly on Facebook Marketplace. Stop with the $500 ads. Stop with the $1,000 ads, because that's what you're expecting in a deposit. Stop with that. Because you know what you're going to get? You're going to get people that only have $500, only have $1,000. Start, be disciplined, and start putting in full prices. You can put a note within your ad description, down payment starting at $2,500, right? Because if you have a Delight and they get approved at 5%, that's $2,500, maybe even less. So down payment starting at. But find out who your ideal customer is, hone in on that, be disciplined and focused, and go and find them because they're out there. Because I take you back to the numbers that just came out yesterday from MHI. The industry is up 18% year over year in deliveries. People are buying with the rates being what they are, with the site rents being what they are. You got people complaining about the site rent. That's not your customer. Stop marketing just the home alone. Market the total payment. Include your site rent in the payment. Start speaking in terms of payment. Stop speaking in terms of just the home or just the site rent. They ask you what the site rent is. Our payments start at $1,600 and up. They go up from there, sir. That includes the site rent, depending on the home that you pick. Let's get in here. Let's take a look at what home you're looking for. But start speaking in terms of payment. Find out who your ideal customer is and go find them. If you do that, folks, you first start with yourself. I'm going to put it up there. You have to be convinced. If you start right there, the reasons go away. But you have to become that type of person. You have to become that type of person. Be disciplined, be focused, be convinced, and go find your buyers. I hope you have a great selling Saturday. I hope you have a great start to 2025. It's the first Saturday of the year, man. Get excited. Go out there. Do great things. And if there's any way that we can help you here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, please do not hesitate to ask. Don't forget, man, I have to let you guys know. Path to Mastery Planner. This is going to help you stay focused in on what you do daily. I created it based on what I wish I had as a salesperson, as a PHC or general manager. It's specific to the industry. It'll change your career. I promise you that. All for an investment, less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. Right now, you can get this thing still for $199 for the whole year. It's going to take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. Go check it out. Go on our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com/PTM Planner, Path to Mastery Planner, PTM Planner. Go check it out. Get yours ordered. Take your career to all new heights. You guys have a great selling Saturday. We'll be back in here tomorrow with our Sunday Recharge edition. Do some awesome things, man. I'm going to be here at the office knocking some things out because I got to get out to Portland on Monday. Have a great day. Till next time. Can't wait to meet you.